41-7 was your score. 41-7 was your score. What's up, Football Junkie? How you going? Let's give it up for Football Junkie for being in the house today. Give it up.
How's it going?
Football Junkie.
Talk to me.
Did you just witness what I witnessed?
I witnessed what you witnessed. I witnessed it.
41-7. So let's get into this. Let's get into this. The box score real quick, and we'll go from there. So Cooper Rush, final score was 41-7. Cowboys are now 7-9. Philadelphia Eagles clinch. They are in with a 13-3 record. Cooper Rush was 15 for 28, 147 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. Rico Dowdle reached his 1,000-yard mark. Give it up for Rico Dowdle. He had 23 carries for 104 yards. Also, Brandon Cooks had 4 for 52. And one other we had, Jalen Tolbert had 3 for 30 with 1 touchdown. The only lonely touchdown. We also basically assisted Saquon Barkley to reach his stats. Basically, he broke the 2,000-yard mark today. He had 31 carries for 167 yards. Yeah. So that's about as far as we need to go with this thing. We already know what the deal is. So what's your take on today's game, fam?
Speechless.
Yeah.
Utterly speechless, man.
Yeah.
If they keep this popsicle crew around for the offense, everybody gonna be suckers.
No, I totally agree with you, man, because basically I'm giving a big shout out to the Eagles, man, due to the fact that we had several players from the Cowboys that said they are playing this game for Mike McCarthy. And and for anybody to sit here to say that the defense didn't do its job is delusional. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you understand why 41. Share with the people why 41 points was put up on this defense.
Third down offense. Plain and simple. Third down offense. Turnovers. The offensive scheme, the system is like a Donald Trump election.
Okay. So, and I totally agree with you because here, once again, like I said, we had several players that were saying that they was actually playing this game for Mike McCarthy. But Football Junkie, I have to admit, and I have to say right now, this offense does not work
at all.
And I say that because, and I know what people are saying. People gonna sit here and say, this defense was, gave up 41 points or whatever. 41 points. But again, let me just pull up some notes that I had come up with, man, and what I witnessed. So, and I don't know if anybody noticed this, but I did. So we threw the interception the first possession. We threw the interception and whatever. He ran it back for a big 6, okay? But the next possession, we went down and we actually scored. I'm like, okay, this, and you and I had talked about it. This is what we need. We need to play bully ball. They started out with the bully ball. They started out great, moved right down, marched downfield, and scored. Then we found ourselves with possession of the ball. And this is where it all started right here, Football Junkie. We were 3rd and 2. And we threw the ball. And for sure, it was an incomplete. Now, I want to share some, because I know people going to say this defense, but I'm going to show you how a scared man can't win. This man went from going from being a bully to being bullied. For whatever reason, for a guy that said that he watches the analytics and the measurements and all this stuff and what he calls his part of coaching, what happened? We found ourselves in 3rd and 2. We threw the ball and it was an interception.
Yeah.
Then we found ourselves 3rd and 6 and we ran the ball and we fell short. Then we found ourselves 3rd and 1 and we threw the ball deep for an interception.
NFL.
So we can look at this defense all week want and all you want. For those that are Mike McCarthy fanboys and Dak Prescott fanboys or whatever the case may be, and you want to probably put this on Cooper Rush. No, this has nothing to do with Cooper Rush. This has everything about the play calling from our offensive coordinator and our head coach. Do you agree?
Totally. 100%. Mike McCarthy is out there looking like Oompa Loompa. He out there looking like Oompa Loompa. You know, one of the lollipop kids. Come on, dude. Your offensive schematics, your variation of the West Coast offense or whatever profile offense you trying to run. Whatever you doing, it doesn't serve the purpose for the offensive line, the receivers, the quarterbacks, nor the running backs. It doesn't serve a purpose for the team as a whole. Because when you look at it, we think about it, we had the worst red zone offense for 2023, 2022, might even been 2021. But 2024 Cowboys red zone offense is worse than those 2 previous seasons. It runs circles around those 2 previous seasons.
You know, and again, like I said, man, the first half before we went in halftime, we were 4 of 7 in third downs. 4 of 7, and we only scored 7 points in the first half. And again, this is where I say this, you know, and I'm sticking up for this defense because, you know, people they definitely going to point the finger of how the Eagles scored so many points. But again, you had mentioned earlier when you and I talked about that the defense is gassed. They're gassed. I mean, if you're going with only 7 points in the first quarter and you score no more points, that means what? Your defense is on the field majority of the time. You're going to give up 41 points when you cannot help out your defense.
Hey, did you see what the Fox analysts had put on the television screen? It showed that Dallas had the ball. They had the ball for 11 minutes and some change first quarter. So Philly's 3 minutes and some change. Second quarter, that's when the avalanche started. Philly had it for 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes and some change. Dallas had it for 3 minutes and some change. We already know what the third quarter and fourth quarter ended up being like.
So that's the question. If you own to something, how do you forget about it? Or it makes me wonder, are these plays script? We said this about Kellen Moore. And one thing I did see on Kellen Moore and them sideline, I didn't see Kellen Moore holding the clipboard. I saw that other guy. I don't even know if Kellen Moore was calling the plays for this offense, but that's just a whole different story. But I saw whoever the other offensive coordinator at the end of the game, he was holding the play card. I didn't even, and that's, you know, that's on the other side. That's in the neighbor's house. But I say that to say this again, as far as our offense, it just does not work.
It don't work. I'm gonna piggyback with you on something. I'm gonna go visit your neighbor with you. How about this? Early in the season, remember Philly was talking about firing their coach. There was ruffle-duffle about Philly need to get rid of the head coach.
Right.
So he might have checked that situation right there.
That could have been the case. And he probably checked it early in the season, but I thought it was because, I mean, like I say, this offense wasn't like something that Kellen Moore would run. But anyway, again, that's neither here or there. We you know, people are going to sit here and look at this defense and say the defense gave up 41 points, but we only scored 7 points in 4 quarters. We didn't even get to field goal range within the other 3 quarters, bro. Now you tell me, make this make sense, because it doesn't. And if you want to point fingers, you have to point the fingers at the offensive coordinator and the head coach for not
Yeah,
helping this defense.
yeah,
And we can
yeah,
look at that last interception that Cooper Rush threw, when he threw it, when it was third and what was it, 3rd and 1, and he threw it. That was just a third down punt, basically. If we wouldn't have got,
yeah.
which we should have ran the ball on 3rd and 1. I have no idea why we did. We come out in 3rd and 1, we want to throw the ball deep. So again, man, the question still lies within this head coach and this offensive coordinator. That's where all the, your defense can only do so much before they're winded. So I don't know, man. It's just it's like I titled this, "The Nightmare is Almost Over." Cowboy fans, it's almost over.
Oh yeah, oh
And
yeah. And
I
then it's
go
the
ahead.
utter slap in the face of Trey Lance for them to put him in the game at the time of the game they did.
Man, we have
What's the point?
we have handcuffed this guy, man. We have handcuffed this guy and held him hostage for this season. And then you want to throw him in the game. The game is out of, that's the kind of stuff you have to question, bro. You got to question those types of things. Who is making these decisions? You wait till it's 41, the score is out of hand, and then you decide to put Trey Lance in the game. If I was Trey Lance, I wouldn't want to be re-signed. Let me go somewhere else, because I don't want to be a part of this.
So this is my thing is how many I'm gonna mentally check out this week.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that Michael Parson really wanted this game bad, man. And
Yeah,
you and I talked about that, because this is a divisional game, man. Even though we have nothing to play for, we can be that spoiler team. And
right.
this is what our defense wanted to do. And I think everybody on the team wanted to do, man. But at the same time, this play calling is just trash. But hold them up. 4 minutes and 44 seconds in the fourth quarter on 4th down, and you bring out Brandon Aubrey.
What for?
4 minutes, 44 seconds, 4th down, you bring out your extra point, your of your field goal kicker, to go for like a 65-yard field goal. For what?
For what? Just to do what he did, donk it off of the goalpost.
But why not go for it? Say, man, football
Hey,
junkie, you might want to run it back with the same thing, with the same head coach, but bro, I can't. I
I
cannot.
can't. I can't.
Cannot.
Nah, nah.
We got too much going on. We got
Mm.
33 free agents. We got to figure out what we're gonna do. We got $87 million on injury reserve. We got another 27 million that we're paying in dead money. Nah, bro. And you were talking about, yeah, and everybody's talking about running it back. And the only bright spot I can see out of this, football junkie, is Rico Dowdle. He
Yeah,
reached his 1,000-yard marker, so we definitely got to give it up for him.
yeah. That's the only thing. That's the only thing, man. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. And
So
people
if we,
wondering why. And people wonder why Turpin and Brandon Aubrey is the only ones going to the Pro Bowl.
if I knew we was going to play like this, you should just took all the starters out. Just take the starters out. If I would have known that I would have took them out, pretty much probably after the third quarter.
Yeah, yeah,
That's fine. But you know what I'm saying? I would just took them out.
yeah. I went in the season for him, ended the game for him right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this probably Michael Parsons' last game of the season.
Yeah. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
I
So,
mean,
bro,
I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a stretch. Even though Michael Parsons does love the Cowboys, that's his team, his favorite team. He's living his dream and stuff like that. Man, I pack my bags and go somewhere else.
well, they're gonna franchise tag him.
You know they
It's
is.
just It's just, man, like I said, people are saying, well, there's no head coach out there. Who you gonna bring in? I mean, okay, sometimes the coach is right up under your nose.
Yeah,
If you can't find anybody, we talked about Kirby Smart. It was
Kirby Smart, Georgia
Kirby
head coach.
Smart. Yeah. If you can't get him, just give it to Mike Zimmer. At least one thing about Mike
Yeah,
Zimmer, Mike Zimmer hold his defense accountable. They did
yeah.
everything they possibly could. They did everything they possibly could. So, you know, but this running it back crap, bro, no.
Nah,
Right now, Jerry Jones need to be looking around and figuring out he's gonna bring in for next season. But this, you cannot run back, bro. You cannot run back.
no, you can't.
Well, anyway, we just thought we'd get on here and kind of share that information with everybody. Final score 41-7. A basic beat down by the Philadelphia Eagles, and thanks to Mike McCarthy and his non-calling and
Yeah,
non-productive offense that he possesses in his hands. So again, guys, y'all voice y'all opinions down in the comments. Let us know what you guys think, where we need to go from here. What needs to take place, what coach you think that should be available that we can bring in. But again, this is where we are, guys. So Football Junkie,
exactly.
I appreciate you, brother, for coming on with me, man. I guess we get in and watch this other game and just chill out because ain't nothing else to play for, brother. But everybody, I want to thank you for being a part of this Cowboy channel as well. Also, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button, and also hit the subscription button also, because we're going to definitely continue to dig deep and bring up some content that you guys can use. So with that being said, like we always say, continue to stay safe and be blessed. And we're out. Deuces.